Hey guys, what's going on? As you can see, I'm not at home. I am in Dallas, Texas. I'm traveling this weekend, and you know what? I want to tell you something. I want to talk about something really special to me. I've always been able to connect with amazing people. I mean, everywhere I go, I've never met a stranger, and I love that about my life. I'm always able to to connect with a ton of people. You know what? When I was 18 years old, I was in this redneck cowboy bar one time, all off and close to Spiral, Oklahoma. Some of y'all that knows me are gonna be like, "Yeah, I know that bar." Uh, I wasn't drinking because I was 18 years old, but I had some rednecks tell me that I was the first black guy they ever loved, and I was like, "What?" I knew I had something then. I just didn't really believe it at the time. I thought maybe they were just drinking. They had a little bit too much. But then again, I thought at the end of that day, I thought, you know what? Maybe there's something to that, So um, I'm here in Dallas and I'm traveling. And what most of you guys don't know about my life is I have a business that I run. And when I moved from Arkansas to Texas, I decided I was going to take my marketing business to a different demographic, and that was the Hispanic community. It was the best choice ever. Understand, Texas is full of great people, but it is flooded in the market. That's when it comes to marketing, and everybody's going to the same lawyers. They're going to the same doctors. They're going to the same nose doctors, because those people need marketing efforts, and they're just pretty much it's saturated here in Dallas. But what I did different was go to the Hispanic market, and the community there here in Texas is amazing. Let me tell you something. I have been blessed to be around some great people. Now I do know this for my Hispanic brothers. If they ask you to show up to a event like a party or celebration, you're not leaving early. You're not leaving early. Like if it starts at 10, you make sure you get there around 1 because the party ain't over until like 5. You see what I'm saying? And if you get there at 7, you're just waiting around, and 8, 9, 10, everybody's dancing in a circle, having a great time. And I mean, it's feeling, but it's like me, got to get home because I'm tired. And how am I going to explain to my wife, I'm still here? She's like, what? It's 2:30 in the morning. And I'm like, seriously, I'm still here. But I mean, that's one thing I'm saying. So if you have some friends, Hispanic friends out there, and they invite you to a wedding or something, brother and sister, get ready to be there all night long because it's almost disrespectful to leave early. Like, I have some Asian friends. Oh my God, I love them. And when they have parties, when they keep the wives, the women will cook and they will bring food to you. Do not eat if you're going to one of our Asian friends' parties. You better not eat because you're going to be full, and you've got to eat and eat and eat whatever they give you because they want to fill you up. And it's a great thing. It's wonderful. People coming together is such a lovely thing. I remember that used to be the main purpose almost of having friends over, is just getting together, having a great time. I remember we used to have a park in Arkansas, and it was called the Martin Luther King Jr. Park. And that's where I first got my taste of fast EDM music. There was a song called Planet Rock. Yeah. And I heard that in my backyard. And I was like this. What is that? And I was walking like, the cartoons. I was hypnotized by that music, and that changed everything. That was a time where everybody on the weekends came together and they had, I would call it a non-religious fellowship. That's what it was. Wow. Good times. It's kind of hard to get people together these days. You know what? And then when you do get people together, what are they doing? They're like this. On the phone, or they're just, You know what I mean? I've been guilty of it too, but I try to put my stuff down here, like, when I go, because I'm a video man. That's what I do all day long, and I try my best. But do you guys remember those good times? Tell me if you remember those good times back in the day. You know what I mean? Let me know where you were or what was your great feelings were back in the day when you had people that got together. But anyway, building relationships with the Hispanic market was the best thing, because this is how I went into it. I'm always talking about trying to get you to do certain things, on this channel, or, make people happy. But I knew if I would go, and I heard this in my head, and maybe that was God speaking to me at the time, I don't know, but I was like, let me quit going to these same old normal people and asking for business. And something said, go somewhere that most people won't go. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in my suit and talk to this one guy. That's all of Lake June. This was in 2000 and maybe 14, 15. And I was like, hey man, this is what I do. This is how I was using video at the time. I said, I can put your business on the first page of Google. What happens here is when people look for this industry, or the industry he's in, so I'm not going to say it, the industry you're in, they Google that and they'll see you. You're going to get phone calls. You're going to get business. You're going to get traction. It's like advertising, but less advertising. All you need to do is pay me this. I said, what I want to do is start with you, because I want to make sure your business grow throughout the years. And I said, if I get you recognized on Google and people start calling you, all I ask for you is to bring me other businesses. Because this guy was a businessman, and I knew that if I would do some work for him, which was going to work because I knew it was going to work, he would bring me referrals and I wouldn't have to go chase anyone. Because you got to understand, with the Hispanic market, me coming in as a black man, I think Hispanic people and black people are actually brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because we go through the same drama as everyone else. I'm just saying. No, we're all good. But we all bleed red, so don't get twisted, guys. But a few months went by. I had him set up, and we started getting calls. You know what I mean? At that moment in time when I met him, and this goes out for everyone, you're going to find someone that you think you're going to be there for a little bit, but you're going to be with them for a while. It happens. This guy started getting business, and he started talking to me about everybody. And before you know it, I'm late night race cars and doing this place, meeting all these people who want business. I mean, he was just bringing me business like crazy. It was nuts. And I thought to myself, that's interesting. I was like, how is it most people are not doing this? We got the phone call ringing. Should I answer it? Hello? Oh, yeah, it's perfect. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate that. Thank you. Bye-bye. They were checking and making sure my room was good and giving me a courtesy call. I've never heard that at a hotel before. How about that? Anyway, I was saying they would have me at late nights, and people would actually be calling me, ask me, hey man, I want you to do business with you. I know that you did this for him, and we're just gonna call him George. You did business with George, and we see what you're doing. George just blew up because George went from location number 1 to location bigger number 2, and before you know it, George is paying almost $10,000-$20,000 rent a month for buildings that he couldn't afford before because his business was just getting started. Think about this. That's something. I'm saying God inside me said, just go to the Hispanic market. They need help too. And at the time, they were advertising in the Hispanic market with just this one little newspaper. I think it's called Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires. I don't have to speak Spanish. Y'all trying to impress y'all. But they had the market, and it was a small market cap because it was just a little section that they had like plumbers here or limousine services here. Oh, I had a limousine client that was boss going to the airport in limousine and coming out. People thought I was somebody. That's great. Anyway, but what a great way to do business. And still to this day, we went to an event and a marketing event here in Dallas. And some little guy was talking about he's from Florida and he's having a hard time getting business. And I said, bro, it's like you're in Florida. The Latino market is hot there. Why are you not stepping in that? He was like, but I don't speak Spanish. I just laughed. I said, and your point? He didn't get it. Young guy, he didn't get it. When I went up to this dude, when I went up to George for the first time, I told him that I understand the majority of your customers are Hispanic, but you're missing out on everyone else. You have your non-speaking customers and you have your non-speaking English customers and you have your English-speaking customers. If you do a good job with just 5 people, 5 normal people, I don't care if they're white, black, Indian, whatever, if they speak English and they're able to write on Google about how great you service them, I was like, do you realize what that's going to do for your business? Because other people are going to look for you online. And this is what happened. And they're going to call you, and they don't care if you have an accent. They know that these other 5 people that have seen review other people, other businesses in Dallas, they're going to call you, and they're going to pretty much want to do business with you. And yep. But my point is here, I'm so glad I came out of my comfort zone and went to this guy, because still to this day, this guy and I are like this. Like, we've had good seasons, we've had bad seasons in business, and it just didn't start with marketing. I mean, I started with just video stuff, then I started doing Facebook marketing, and then I brought on, financing for them, and we started taking care of taxes and all that. And after that, it was like my company was able to introduce a ton of things for him. And I'm so blessed to call him my friend. You know what I mean? Like, I really think this guy and I are going to do other things as well. We were talking about going into a porta potty business today. Think about that. You guys know how big porta potty, it sounds bad on her, the porta potty business is? It's huge. Like, if you rent one small porta potty, it's almost like $650 an hour. And they only cost like 20 grand. I thought about this because my daughter wants to have a wedding on the farm, and she said there are luxury porta potties. And I looked them up, and they were like almost $2,500. Yeah. But anyway, here's my point. Sometimes, we feel like there's a language barrier, but there are good people who can't speak just like you. And if one or the other learns that language, you're talking about a long-lasting relationship. I'm guilty because I never learned Spanish. I should have. And I'm thinking to myself now, if I was to go back and do Lemmy again 9 years ago or 10 years ago, however that was, how long that was, I would be learning Spanish like crazy. Because can you imagine me walking into a place and speaking Spanish and grabbing all kinds? I mean, we even had lawyers, the Hispanic marketing lawyers and all that. And I decided I was not going to deal with law firms anymore, because those guys they're crazy. They got money. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? But this is the reason why I'm here this weekend. I've got 2 great clients here in Dallas that I'm going to meet with. And I'm just so excited. And, if you're out there and you're doing business with the normal you know, mainstream, you're gonna have to break out. I did a product years ago called the $1 trillion niche, and the Hispanic market is amazing all around the world. These guys are really putting the work out. I mean, they've got real businesses out there and they're doing things. Yep. On a deeper level, I'm just so grateful to have this guy. We're gonna call him George, my friend. You know what I mean? And it's such a great thing, you know. But you know what? I hope you guys have a great Friday. Well, this is supposed to be a Friday video, but hope you have a great Friday. Thanks for watching. Remember, sometimes the best connections are the ones you least expect. I never thought that I was going to be with these guys this long. I mean, I've seen their kids grow up, and it's just weird. To me, it's just weird. Anyway, if you like this video, like and subscribe, and let me know. Do you have a business that's mainstream, and have you tried to jump into the Hispanic market? Or, you know, what's your thoughts on that? We'll talk to you soon.